Okay, I was tested yesterday, and I kind of recognized the test. Okay, I was in supermarket. I was in Food Lion, and I was standing in line, and there was a gentleman in front of me, and then there was a lady in front of him, and she had just, they just rung up her food, put it in the bags and everything. And so she was reaching into her pocketbook to pull out her money or her card. And I'm standing there in the line, and she has like a 12-year-old or 13-year-old son. And then there was like a younger boy in the cart. I would say he was like maybe about, I don't know, 7 or 8. He was in the cart. And she was like, how we do, mothers, you're kind of frazzled at the end of the day anyway. So she was in her bag and she was looking for a card and everything. And then she found one, and then she swiped it, and then it didn't go through. And my immediate, because it's who I am, but my immediate reaction was, oh my God, I will cover that. I will pay for that, And inside of me, everything inside of me was screaming, go pay for her groceries. This is a mom with these kids, And I'm standing there, and I'm literally like a crackhead. I'm like shaking. I'm shaking. I just want to jump in and save her and help her. But then I was like, okay, breathe. Because I have to do this a lot. Breathe. Because I'm remembering what Anna said. You can't always jump in to help people because they have their own missions and their own destinies. And I have to have balance. But everything in me was screaming to help this woman. I mean, literally, I was shaking. I was like, oh my God. Please. And I'm just watching. I'm like watching intently. And then she reached in her purse. And then I guess she was rooting around. And then she found another card. And then when she swiped it, I was literally holding my breath. Because if it didn't go through, I was going to be on it. And then it went through. And I was like, woosah. And then I realized that was a test for me. That the beings that are around me, that want to see if I've actually learned my lessons and if I've actually grown, they set that up. It was a setup. It was a test. And I sweated it out. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to pay for this woman's groceries. Because that's what I do. I do it a lot. Like if I'm in line or something and somebody doesn't have enough, I'm like, I got you. I'll cover that. It's only money. I'm like, it's money. It's an energy. But, this is one of the hardest lessons that I have to learn is you cannot be overly nice. You cannot be overly giving because everything here exists in a balance. There is a balance to everything. And that is one of my hardest lessons. Because I don't like to see anybody who doesn't have. I don't want to see a homeless person without money or food, And it's really hard. At least for me, in this world, to see people struggling, I'm not like in a position where, I can just give, but I still do. And this is the lesson that I've had to learn. And it's a hard lesson for me, but at least I recognized that it was a test. It was a test. And I wanted to fail. I wanted to fail my test because I wanted to pay for her groceries so bad. And I was like, oh my God, if she swipes that card and it doesn't go through, that's it. I am on it. I am paying for her groceries. Whatever. But then when it rang through, she got a receipt and she left. I was like, okay, all right. Okay, that was a test for me. Because literally, I'm like in the line and I'm like ready to go. I'm ready to go. I'm like, take this. Hold on, ma'am. Step aside. Lorianne's here. I'm gonna swipe this card for you, and you gonna take them groceries home. I don't give a shit how much the groceries cost. They getting paid today. But it was a test. It was a test. Look for, in your just everyday life, if you're going out and about, you'll see certain situations that are your triggers. They're your triggers. Just breathe through them. Woo-saw your way through them. Because that's what I did. Listen, I was almost like going into labor pains to help this woman. Take this car. You know, I'm like, I was like literally going insane to help her. And to know that tonight when they read the cards, Anna and Annie, I got the card. You got to have balance. You can't be overly nice. You have to have balance. You know, overly nice people, they tend to attract the predators. You attract the predators that will take that overly nice person and take that as their weakness. Then they want to jump in like piranha and just suck you dry of your energy, suck you dry of your life force, suck you dry of your money, your time, your youth. You know, they will come in to try to just drain you. So that's why you have to have balance. That's why I have to have balance. Look what happened to me the last time that I totally was trying to I was just being me. And being me got me into a situation with literal vampires. Literal energy vampires. Literal. I have what I've labeled the superwoman complex, the superhero complex, where I literally want to save everybody. I literally want to save everybody. It's a program. It's a program. It's a program in me, and I know it is, but it's like something that I work with every day. It's something that I am learning to master and try to stay in balance. That's the most important thing. You can help people, but not at your own expense. You have to love yourself more. And I love myself a fucking lot, you know, but it just kills my heart inside to see something that I can help. But in me helping, I may be putting somebody off their mission. I may be interfering in what their guides have placed before them as their challenge. So even with my ancestral line, I'm like, yeah, I want to heal it. I want to heal everybody. I want to heal the whole lineage. I want to heal it. But as I was informed, I am benefiting my ancestral line, but you can't do the work for everyone. Everybody's got to do their own work. And that's hard for me. It's still hard for me. I want to save the whole freaking world. It's like a little kid's wish. Little kids have faith in everything. I'm never going to be different, but I am going to be balanced. And I highly suggest that if you guys have like the same thing that I do, that superhero complex thing that you got to save, and You know, you see the damsel in distress, and it's like, here I come to save the day. No. Slow your roll. Woosa. Woosa. Breathe in, breathe out, and let it settle. Let it settle down in your heart. Let it settle down in your soul. We all have our own paths. We all have our own missions. And you have to let people go on their paths. It's hard. It's really hard. Especially when I see a woman and babies. If I see a pregnant woman out on the street asking for money, and she's got babies, it's just like, take my whole fucking paycheck. Just take it. But now I used to ride around town and have 20s on me. So when any homeless person I see, I just roll the window down. Here you go, sweetheart. Here you go. Here you go. And then I even had one friend tell me, when you're giving out things like that, you are exchanging energy, and you could be exchanging energy with a demon. She said, you gotta try to work on that. And she was right. She was right. So I have gotten better. I'm never going to be a stingy person. I'm never going to sit around and not help. But I am going to do it with more balance in mind. Balance for myself, balance for the other person. You know, my divine in me is going to respect and love the divine in others. But it's not my mission to save the world. It kind of is, but it isn't. Kind of is. But I'm going to do it in balance. Everything has to be in balance, because when it's not in balance, that's when you cause yourself problems. You cause yourself additional lessons piled on your plate that you might not have to have done if you just learned the lesson the first time. And no, I don't want to rehash old lessons. Get it, got it, good, done. Moving on to the next ones. But yeah. So if you suffer with the same thing I do, the superhero, superwoman, Superman complex, you know, Captain Save a Ho, just be balanced and be blessed. That's all I can say. But at least I passed the test that was in front of me. And I know that I've got a few more tests coming, especially since this month is wrapping up. This month is wrapping up. We got these eclipses and stuff coming in, these moons and shit. I know there's more tests coming. I know there's going to be some fucking X that comes out of the fucking woodwork. I don't know which one it will be. I got a lot. Some fucking X is coming out of the woodwork with the, Lori, baby, please. Lori, baby, please. Listen. At least that's one fucking test I know I'm going to pass with flying colors. Ain't going to be no sitting here ready at the bit, ready to help. I'm like, motherfucker, get behind me, Satan. I ain't got time for you. At least I'll pass that test with flying colors.